Hello YouTubers, and today I'm going to be reviewing the radio-controlled Dalek Thay. Now, apologies for the not greatest lighting in the world and that for this one. It's mainly because of the box and the Dalek itself being so big that it's really hard to actually fit it all in one place. But if we just take a look at the box, you can see that it is basically the same kind of style packaging as the standard bronze radio-controlled Dalek packaging, except now we've got Dalek Thay on the front. You can see there, and you can see that it says with rear panel damage detail. We are the supreme beings. There's a little hole for the try me button, and along the side here we've just got a list of basically what it can basically do. Got the remote there, and if we just twist it round to the back, we've got the listed frequency. So this one is the 27 megahertz version, and we've also got some lovely screen grabs from Daleks in Manhattan and Evolution of the Daleks. See here, featuring 8 Dalek sound samples, again boasting with its rear back panel damage and a window at the back. So anyway, without further ado, let's get this Dalek out and get some batteries. Alright, so here he is out of his box. Now, if you have the standard bronze one here, you can see that this one is of a much darker colour scheme than this one. This one's more of a really a gold colour more than a bronze, whereas this one is much closer to the on-screen used props. Now, it's not as dark as we've got the Asylum Dalek here just next to it. You can see here it's not as dark a colour scheme as that one. This one is a much darker colour scheme. But anyway, let's take a look at this one for the time being. So let's take a look at the head. So you can see here we've got the eye, we've got the 6 rings, and even the little detail of you know, the little notches on the eye and even the little grooves on it. The dome lights look really good. You can see there they've even painted the side silver, and you can see the Dalek Thay ID tag underneath there with all the panels. However, you don't have the indents on the back, and yeah, just to note that the proportions are slightly off, mainly on the skirt. It is a bit, you know, chunky, because this was back before character actually was able to measure a Dalek, because basically they just had to go on what the photos that they were given looked like. They weren't actually able to get the proper measurements, so that was unfortunate of them. But obviously what makes this Dalek unique from the other radio-controlled Daleks in the range is the rear back panel damage, and basically this is the same kind of detail as the 5-inch one. However, since it's bigger, it does look a bit better. They've been able to add a bit of black into the grooves, and that which really brings out, you know, the scratched metal, and you can even see there a few nuts and bolts as well. And it does seamlessly blend in that there isn't any sharp edges on it. You know, it's all very smooth and very nicely done. So well done to character for doing that, which it is very good. Now if we just bring in the light here, you can see the fender is a green colour. You know, they even in 2007, when this Dalek came out, they still hadn't corrected it to the correct black, which it should be. However, they have painted the nuts and bolts there a silver colour, and also the outer layer around the hemispheres, they are also green as well, which is again really weird. But other than that, you know, we've got the nice detail with the mesh around the midsection there, all the little rivets and bolts and that. And in terms of articulation, well, there's not an awful lot to it. We've got a ball joint on the plunger, a ball joint on the gun, and the MIG section can rotate. Now, the eye stalk and the dome can turn and move around, however, that is motorized, and it moves around on its own accord when you are controlling it with the remote. But this Dalek does feature light and sound effects, so if we turn it on, we've got the light here, and let's just cycle through all the phrases that this Dalek has.
Halt, or you will be exterminated. Multiple spectrum scanning now engaged. We are the supreme beings. Seek, locate, annihilate. You are an enemy of the Daleks. Obey the Daleks. No other warning will be given. Exterminate.
So you can see and hear there that the dome lights flash when the Dalek is talking. Not necessarily in time, 100% of the time it is a little bit off, but it's not too bad. And also you'll notice that all the Dalek phrases, which are listed on the remote here, they are just of the standard release of the bronze Dalek. Although it's interesting, there are two versions of this bronze Dalek here, the standard one. There's the one that has the high pitch phrases, that has a higher pitched voice, and then there's this one here which has these phrases. But anyway, let's get on to the radio controlled feature. So we'll just move the camera even further back for this. So it is the tank steering as of basically all radio controlled Daleks. So let's just see how well he moves. You can see there the eye stalk is moving as well as the dome when you turn it. This is actually a really simple mechanism that just turns the doming side, and there's a little caster that makes the eye stalk go up and down. Now the eye does look extremely high up. Now I think the idea is supposed to be that the Dalek, is looking at you because this is 12 inches tall, and obviously, most kids who probably got this back in the day are probably going to be 4, maybe 5 foot tall. So yeah, it's probably, the idea is it looks up at them when it exterminates them. Though the thing is, how many kids actually did buy this back in the day? Because I didn't. I got this year off eBay, 2017, unless I've saved this video for God knows when. But yeah, the reason being a lot of people probably didn't buy this back in the day is simply because they probably already had this one here, the standard bronze one, or the Dalek Sec, which is which to most people is a more worthy variant. I mean, it does advertise the rear back panel damage, but other than that, a slightly darker colour that most people aren't going to notice, let's face it. There's nothing really different about this Dalek. If they'd have gave it, it would have been nice if they gave it some unique phrases that Dalek Thay actually said. I can't remember any particularly, but other than that, it's just your standard Dalek. If you put it like this, what's wrong with it? It's only until you turn it round that you actually see the rear panel damage. Now, it worked as a 5-inch figure because obviously at the time I think it was £6 or £7.99, but this was £40 at its retail price. And bearing in mind, just a few months after this was released, Character released the 18-inch voice interactive Dalek which was 1,000 times better than this was. So obviously, you know, this could not compete with Character's own superior offering. You know, because normally when people get these radio-controlled Daleks, it's normally as a Christmas present. So, yeah, it is nice. I mean, if you can get one for a fairly decent price, I got this one for £32 including postage, and it came in the box. So, if you can get it for a good deal, then yeah, why not go for it? It is a nice enough Dalek. But, you know, there are other and sometimes better offerings. But anyway, that's it for this review, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.